Hello friends and welcome to Karla Created. I'm Karla if you're new here. My channel is all about sewing and being creative. And in today's video, I am going to be going and checking out a Destash market. I'd never been to one of these before and I thought it might be fun to bring you along with me to see what it's like and see what people in Perth, Western Australia are destashing from their stash. Is that destashing from their stash? Yeah, that makes sense. And hopefully I can find a bargain. Not that I need any more fabric in my stash, but if you're a sewist, you know, if you know, you know. It's a never-ending battle between using what you've got, but also somehow not having any restraint when it comes to buying more. All right, let's do it. Of how awesome. I've never been to a Destash like this before. Well, things escalated and I have got so much stuff. I have a problem. I have a fabric addiction problem, I think. I am back home. It is much later in the day and yes, if you haven't noticed, I'm in a very different spot in my house to what I usually am, and that is because my house is never quiet. So I can't film in my sewing space right now because it's very loud. But I really wanted to show you what I got today and not leave it in this bag and wait because I'm just so excited to go through it. And I thought, well, let's go through it together. How about we let's start with the dressmaking fabrics first. So the very first market stall that I stopped and properly looked at was selling these larger bundles of vintage dressmaking fabrics. And oh my goodness, I'm very, very, very happy. Let's start off with this vintage blush pink linen, which is so, so, so fine and so soft and has this absolutely gorgeous sort of like line detail running through it, which is made by a differentiation in the weave of the fabric. I love this color. I know that this color probably washes me out, but I don't care. Pink is my favorite. And for 1.5 meters of this, it's 1.5 meters long, 1.5 meters wide, I paid $8. And that is an absolute bargain. I am so stoked. I don't know what I'm going to make out of this, but I know that it's going to be something absolutely gorgeous and very, very, very soft and comfortable because of the quality of this linen. Now, the next fabric that I picked was from the same stall, and it is this beautiful vintage soft cotton and rayon blend. And oh my goodness, the feel of this, it kind of reminds me of the Liberty fabric a little bit. Like it's so, so soft, but it's got a little bit more sort of, I guess, stiffness to it than what you would expect with a typical rayon. But oh my goodness, I only paid $12 for this, and the ladies assured me that it is also, in fact, vintage fabric. It is 4.08 meters long and 0.9 meters wide. So I think I will have enough here to make a dress out of. And my little creative brain is just going crazy. In fact, it was going crazy the whole time I was browsing the Destash market. I felt like I was on steroids or something, because I was just full of so much excitement and all of my creative juices were flowing as I was looking at all of the fabric. Yeah, I think people must have thought that I was slightly crazy, because I was like, oh my God, oh that's pretty, oh that's pretty. But yeah, I picked this up, $12, and I think it's definitely going to be a dress. And then the last fabric that I got from that same vendor is this amazing striped cotton in these gorgeous colors. This is definitely my kind of colors. It is there's purpley, pinky, like a rust orange in there, and then like a slightly darker navy blue, but then the wider check stripes. I have no idea what I'm going to make from this, but I saw it and I was like, I need that in my life. It is 1.85 meters long and 1.2 meters wide. So yeah, I might have enough to make like a cool skirt or something out of. It's a cotton sateen and I paid $4. Now, in terms of dressmaking fabrics, I also picked up these two. Now, these were from a different vendor, and oh my goodness. I think they're both vintage fabrics just by the look at the style of the print. This one here is this gorgeous floral. It is just all of my favorite colors. There's pinks, there's oranges, there's greens, there's creams. Oh, it's 270 centimeters wide by 110 centimeters long. So definitely enough to make a dress, I reckon. And I only paid $10. And I think that was an absolute bargain. Like, look at that. It is just glorious. And the last of the dressmaking fabrics that I got, this one's not really a typical dressmaking fabric. It's a thicker cotton, slightly thicker cotton, but it is in this gorgeous print. It's 78 centimeters by 120 centimeters. So it probably won't have enough to make a bit like a dress, but it's a beautiful, soft, thicker cotton fabric. And I think it would make a lovely, maybe like a cool skirt, or even like a cute little top or something. It is just delightful. And I only paid $5 for this. I mean, this was probably a little bit more expensive than some of the other stores, but I think these two fabrics are definitely vintage, which is probably why they're a little bit more pricey than some of the others. Although in saying that, those first three fabrics I think are also vintage and were very, very well priced. Let's move on to the quilting fabrics, because holy dooly did I get some bargains. Okay, so the first quilting cottons that I picked up, I actually don't intend to use them for a quilt. So I'll show you these ones first. I got 3 packets, and I think these are they're not a fat quarter. Now I can't remember. I think a full yard. Oh, they're 1 meter length. 1 meter by 40 inch width of fabric, I think, something like that. And they are the most gorgeous shade of brown with this really cute tiny little black flower. And I love this. I'm thinking like a really cute blouse maybe. That's why I bought all 3. So I've got 3 meters by width of fabric. And yeah, they're cut into separate pieces, so that might be a little bit tricky. So I might be limited when it comes to anything bigger than a blouse, like a dress or a skirt, but I will get creative and make something. Even a cool skirt, like I could do like a skirt with panels to then get around the limited width of fabric, but we'll see. I love these, and these were $6 each. So $18 for 3 meters. I think that's all right. I'm trying to show you the fabric that I got from different vendors. So that brown black floral fabric was from one stall, and I had heaps of other options there, and they had a really good deal on 10 for $50 rather than $6 each. But I was like, that is a lot. And it was like the very first, I think the second store that I looked at, that's right. And I was like, maybe I'll come back like once I've done the rounds of all the other stalls. But anyway, I never ended up going back because I filled my bag and I was like, don't go back. The next lot of quilting cottons that I got were from this lovely lady who had such a diverse variety of quilting fabrics in all gorgeous colors. Like every single fabric that she had in her stall, I was like, oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love that. I could literally take all of it home and be in love with everything she had to offer. But I was sensible, and I just got a collection of florally pinks, So these two, there's like half a meter and they were $2 each. And they're slightly different, but they match. So it's really hard to see, but this one has got, it's got obviously the pink flower here, but it also has a really delicate white print on the creamy bit, just for a little bit of additional sort of texture or whatever it's called. And then this one's just got the plain cream with the pink flower. I just think they're so ditzy and cute. So I got those, and the lady who was running that stall, she was like, you know what looks great with the pink floral or with any floral is when you add like a check or a stripe, because it's like a really cool way to contrast in a quilt. And I was like, that's genius. So I picked out this lovely check because I just think it goes so well with both of these florals. Look at that. And I got 2 fat quarters of these, which is probably not enough to really make a quilt, but I have other pink fabrics that I can supplement this quilt with. And these are $1 each. So I was like, may as well. And then I also got this, which isn't quite a fat quarter, but it's just a beautiful little pink stripe for $1. Very, very happy with that. I then made my way downstairs to the rest of the market because it was quite spread out in this one building, and I couldn't help but find these packs of fat quarters. 10 fat quarters, $10. And of course, one pack was $10 and I thought, may as well just get 2. This one here is a lovely collection of beautiful autumn fall colors, which I love. They're all of my colors, so definitely will be making a quilt out of those at some point in the future. And now lastly, when it comes to the quilting cottons, I stopped by this stall that had a box on the ground in front of it that said free. And it wasn't me that spotted it, it was my friend who I was with, and she pulled it out and started rifling through it, and I was like, oh, free? Like, what? It was all just random scraps, offcuts, small pieces, but we went through and got some, well, I think she didn't get any, but I went through and got some awesome offcuts, and I got quite a bundle that I felt really bad just taking them for free. So I did give the stall owner a couple of dollars, which she reluctantly, she was like, no, and I was like, yes, please, like, I don't want to just take a whole bunch of your fabrics and not give you anything. So I'll show you those in just a sec, but from the same stall, I also got these simple little fat quarters. That's a fat quarter, it was $1. I just fell in love with the print, and she was like, take it. And this little ditzy pink floral, which I think will go, oh, yes, with these. Now, the free fabric that I picked up from her giveaway box, I am intending on using in a variety of different scrappy quilting projects. And I'm also planning to do a quilt that has a whole bunch of cat printed fabric. So fabric with cats all over it. And that is why I picked up these really, really cute, like kitty cat panels, which I just thought look so cute in that quilt. So I already have a few other pieces of fabric or scraps that have cats all over them, which I'm very excited about. The other thing, she had these pre-made blocks in her scrap basket. There's only 4 of them, but I was like, oh, already made. Look how cute those colors are. I can definitely turn these into something really cool. Yeah, I'm excited. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5. So there you go. Anyway, so that's all the fabric that I got. This one here isn't quite a quilting cotton, but that's okay because I picked it up anyway. It's actually got this beautiful blue flower on it. And I thought that this would make a really cool lining for the inside of like a tote bag or something. Or like a small little zip up toiletries bag. I don't know. I mean, I could use it in a quilt. It's quite thin, but it's never stopped me before from using random unconventional fabrics in quilts. So I got all of that as well. 3 other things that I want to share that are sewing and quilting adjacent. The first one is this felt mat. I have been thinking about getting one of these and a felt ironing mat for a very long time. You would have seen if you've watched any of my other videos that my ironing board and my iron is actually in my laundry. So anytime I need to iron a quilt block, I have to get up, go into my laundry, turn my iron on, wait, and then iron it. And it also means that I need to have my ironing board and my iron on the laundry bench all of the time, which is not a problem because we have a very big laundry bench. So for a while, I've thought about getting one of these and setting up like a small little heat press iron next to my machine somehow, somewhere in my tiny little sewing space. And when I saw this for $5 and I was chatting with the ladies who were talking about the mini irons that you can get, I thought, you know what, I should just do it. I should make room. I can move my laptop and shimmy things over, and I will actually have a really good ironing space right next to my machine, which is going to make my quilting projects so much more efficient. The lady that I bought this from also gave me a brilliant idea to cover these with pretty fabric, which is exactly what I'm going to do, because I just think it's a fabulous idea. And I might even make it so I can like take it off, maybe with like a little fold over back or something. So yeah, I'm very excited about that. That was the other quilting adjacent item that I got. I then picked up these two gorgeous vintage cushion covers. They're round. I haven't even opened them yet. Let's have a look. I got both of these for $8. Oh, hang on a minute. 1, 2, 3. There's 4. I don't know why I thought there was 2. Oh my God, they're so cute. They're like little seat cushions. Oh, adorable. And they just have like a flap at the back, which is great. You can always add like a little button. I just fell in love with the print of these, and so did my friend, so much so because she said if I wasn't getting them, she was. And I'm thinking that perhaps I will stuff them, like get some cushion inserts for them and gift them to her for Christmas. We will see. I don't think she's realized that they are like little flat cushions though, but that's okay because I could always put a thicker stuffed cushion in them and add a little button at the back. So then it sort of pops out like a little round cushion. But anyway, there's 4 of them. I did not realize, and that is an even bigger bargain. 4 for $8. What a steal. Amazing. And then the very last thing that I got was this book. It is called Homemade Vintage, and it's got 40 quick and easy sewing projects. And I had a quick flick through when I was standing at the vendor's stall, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's so many amazing ideas in here. And I love having books like this on hand for inspiration. Obviously, I use Pinterest a lot as well. I think that's a great way to get inspired. But there's something about flicking through a book that just really, I don't know, the dexterity of it, like how tactile it is, it definitely is way more exciting to me than just scrolling on Pinterest. Anyway, I'm very excited to have a flick through this with a cup of tea one day soon, and perhaps use some of the fabrics that I've bought to make some interesting projects from here. I paid $5 for this, which I think is an absolute steal. And yeah, it's also very aesthetically pleasing to me, given all of the pink florals all over it. And that is it. That is everything that I got at the Perth Hills Destash market today. I had the best time. I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride with me and enjoyed seeing all of the things that I got. I think it's safe to say that I have a fabric addiction. Yes, pretty much the same as every other sewist on the planet. And I also think it's safe to say that I will not be buying any more fabric anytime soon because I am running out of space. I literally have nowhere in my sewing space to put all of this fabric. So I'm going to need to get cracking with some projects to get through some of this. If you want to see those projects, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Let me know in the comments which fabric item or fabric sewing adjacent item you thought was the biggest bargain that I got. I reckon, I'm torn. I kind of feel like these back quarters were the best bargain of the day, but these vintage fabrics for the prices that I paid, particularly this pink rayon for $12 for 4 meters. I think this might be the best deal of the day. But let me know what you think. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.